So the idea was to lose 30 pounds in 6 months.
Oh, what? I thought it was a challenge.
I know,
Yeah.
right? You think this would be easy for me?
That would be really easy for you, I would think, right?
Yeah. Let's just say it's been very easy, and I'm very good
That
at
doesn't
losing
sound
weight.
easy. 30 pounds, that's 5 pounds a month, right?
5
I did
pounds
the
a
math
month
right?
is a significant amount of weight. That's a good. You got to do
If you're a
something.
girl,
Yeah.
You only lose 5 pounds a month if you have your shit together.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
I
I have 5 days left. It says according to
How,
this
what are you
timer.
at now? How many more do you need?
I can't spoil it. You want to spoil the
you can spoil it in the
surprise?
chat.
Oh, I didn't know
I've-
if there was an ongoing, like a ticker that you were updating, like, oh, 4 more. 5
No, it's
more.
we weigh in on the biggest problem once a month. Of course, everybody here should be subscribed at
I'm sure
youtube.com/biggest
they are.
problem.
Yes.
And tomorrow is technically Dick's calling it the final weigh-in, but I still have 4 more days after tomorrow. So,
You're going
It
to cut
sounds
your
like it's
hands
close.
off?
Sounds like it might be close.
well, I'm like looking up videos of like how guys cut weight before like a fight or whatever, and they're like, oh, you got a water load and you got to go to the sauna and put on a trash bag, and I'm like, all right,
yeah.
let's do it. But
It's like, when's the test due? December 1st. What time on December 1st? Yeah, shit's close.
Yeah,
Say
midnight.
no more.
Well, to get an idea, what was your last weigh-in versus your start? Like, how much had you lost in between
the
those?
public knowledge.
the last weigh-in, I was down 17 pounds out of 30.
And that was halfway through the total process.
No,
Right.
that was like with a month remaining.
Of how long of a start period? Like 6 months?
Yeah.
Damn,
so
you
I'm off
are,
track.
you are
So
not
the first
doing good.
5 months you lost 17 pounds.
Yes.
And then you in the last month you need to lose the other 13.
Well, as I keep saying, look, I'm happy that I'm losing any amount of weight. Okay. Am I good at losing weight?
what happens if
Obviously
you?
not.
So it's what happens if you lose?
If
Let's
I
say
lose, I don't get the $1,200 that everybody
not
just
getting
put
that money.
in this fun little piggy bank. It's a
Does
shame.
Dick
Where does
get
that
it?
money go?
I hope Dick
I
gets
just
it.
get no. The money just goes back to everybody. So basically,
Okay,
for the
Dick's
rest of my
keeping that
life,
money.
everyone gets to go, hey, remember when you could have had $1,200 for not being a big fat piece of shit? And I go, yeah, I know. And then they can go, I took my money back and I used it to buy candy bars because I'm not a fat loser. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So
This is
basically, the
great.
audience gets to
Now wait, last time
remind me
you
that
were on
I'm a
the
fuck up.
show, you said you were buying like black market Ozempic
Yeah.
from China and mixing it yourself. Is that part of the plan?
I used it, but then it was making me sick, so I stopped using it.
That's how it works. You're so
I
sick
know,
you
I
can't eat.
know.
You're like, oh, I can barely eat. Ugh.
You only need to be brave for like 5 seconds a month when you get, or a week when you get the shot, and then you can regret it all week long. Just do it again on Monday.
Exactly.
Here's the thing: is I also I do hate taking the shots. It feels weird to jam a needle into yourself.
It does.
But we might go. Look, if I don't make weight, which I might make it. We don't know. Let's see what happens. But we have discussed the possibility of going double or nothing. If there's some way to
Now you have to gain
keep
it
this
back.
going. Yeah,
And then-
exactly. If
What's
I-
the double?
The double is if I don't make the weight, I have to gain it all back. Everything I've lost, I have to eat until I'm back at my starting weight.
That is funny.
I mean, that would just be a
I have
return
faith
to
in you, Vito.
equilibrium.
You can do it. Boy.
It's like you're off by 1 pound, fat boy. You got to eat it all back.
Now you're out 2,400.
Damn, that's high stakes weight loss. I would definitely have taken it more seriously if it meant like $1,300 at the end.
Well, it wasn't $1,300 when we started. Here's the problem: is people can keep adding money to it. So now that they like see, they're like, oh, he's not going to make weight. People are just like pumping money into it to fuck with me.
I'm sure people aren't bullying you online over this.
Or I could be rope-a-doping them and making them think there's no way he's going to get it, so they keep putting money in to make the total go up.
Yeah,
And
this is a
they're gonna get
camera
fucked.
filter.
Yeah, you don't
The
know.
camera adds 60 pounds.
Exactly.
I think the most I've lost in a night is 7 or 8 pounds, which by like fight standards is easy. That losing 7 pounds in a night is the easy part. It's the next 7 that's hard. But are you close to? You're not telling us. I'm just like, if you only need to lose 10 pounds, that's really achievable.
All right.
That's
Well,
not too bad.
maybe after this, you should tell me where I need to go because
you need to go to the sink and turn it off because you're not gonna be drinking for the next day. Like that's what you do. What you do is you stop
Kyle's
drinking
done
some
it
of the
really
little
well.
sips to keep your mouth like moist, and you do
Yeah.
cardio, and then you lay in a hot bath until you get dizzy, and you do more cardio. And whenever you get too dizzy, you lay on the floor for a while, and you just keep doing that until you weigh what you're supposed to weigh.
You're just trying to get all the water out of you, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
water's heavy. Water's
lose
8
plenty.
pounds a
I
gallon.
get it. Yeah.
There's a little
Yeah.
more to it. When's the weigh-in? Did you say?
Well, tomorrow's the weigh-in. So.
Well, that's too soon. You can't lose it by tomorrow. Like,
no, I don't think so. Well, here's the thing. Tomorrow's the weigh-in. Tomorrow's the weigh-in, but it's not really the final weigh-in. Like that's the weird thing is that because we set it up for what was it, 180 days, so it doesn't perfectly coincide with the date of the show.
okay.
So it should be next show afterward. Should push it a show, right?
I think so because right now, if I look at the timer, it says I have 5 days, 15 hours.
If you've got 5 days, you can do this 1,000%.
So
Okay,
1,000%
come
you
up
could
with a
do it.
plan.
All right. So, well, what you would want to do is start water loading. You'd want to be drinking as much water as you can for the next maybe 2-3 days, probably solid.
Okay.
And then after that, again, you're going to start cutting the water out of your diet. The first day, you're only going to drink maybe 10, 16 ounces of water. And then the next day, even less. And then the last day, you don't drink. And then the last day, I started doing lots and lots of cardio and hot water. I was already very lean, so I wasn't holding a lot of water. And I cut like 15, 16 pounds of water, no problem.
That's a lot.
In a day.
Kyle left out, but probably did. Right now, completely cut salt. Salt will help you. Salt will retain water a lot.
Yeah.
It's one of the most like preloading with the water, like Kyle already said, and cutting salt are the principal steps to this. Getting the water out of your system, and then stay off the salt, and then cut the water. And like Kyle said, sweat, rest until you're light.
Yeah, I've been just doing like cardio like crazy, but not getting as much results.
You can get the diuretic too, over the counter, like from the pharmacy. I can't remember exactly what it is. It's like cottonseed oil or something. It doesn't matter, but just an over the counter diuretic that makes you just piss and piss and piss forever. I took something. Again, it was over the counter. It wasn't anything too intense.
Now I've heard you can cut off a human limb and reattach it up to 48 hours later. That
you can.
True.
Yes.
Okay.
100%. I don't know if you can do that for $1,300 though. I think you're going to be in the hole after.
I have a good point. It might be hard.
Not a white flag. Not a white flag.
Dude,
not
so
a human leg.
Are you feeling like physically much better than you did when you started from the weight loss? Because Kyle and Woody have never been fat. I've been fat, and it sucks. It's
the internet said I was really fat.
I was definitely fat. I was definitely fat as
Kyle.
a kid.
The internet agreed that Kyle and I were pretty heavy.
Yeah,
I'm a Marine. Vito's a Navy SEAL Team 6, and you guys are both National Guard. In the world,
what most people don't understand.
That's what this is. I've
I've
seen a tiny bit of action, but Vito's been in the trenches. So,
he's like a World War I trench soldier,
exactly,
rotting off.
So, do you feel like physically way better?
I'm just happy that it's going down at all. Like that's the other thing is everyone's like, it sucks that I haven't made the exact challenge, but there was a lot of like retraining myself to have like better habits anyway. Like if I could start the 6 months over from like, what I've started doing now, it would be much easier. It just took time to figure out like, okay, like replace this in your diet with this and do this instead of that. But yeah, no, I'm feeling happier. I just need I want to keep it up. It's not about the money.
Like,
I mean, I would like to get down to I started at like 310. So, which is terrible. That's the heaviest I've ever been.
Are you like 7 feet tall, perhaps?
No. I am 6 feet, luckily. Everybody always thinks I'm like a fucking midget for some reason.
You're gonna look taller if you get lean. just because skinny people
Your dick will get longer.
Yeah,
well, dick will get longer, more usable inches down there. That's good. How's your dick looking compared to the beginning of the challenge?
How's my dick looking?
Yeah, is it?
I mean, it's always spectacular. It's always standing proud. So
loud and proud. Love to hear.
It's hard to say. Maybe it's got a little more confidence, a little more swagger in the penis. I'd say
a little more swagger, but it's probably because you lose some of that fupa area and you start getting a prouder back. Yeah,
exactly.
So you probably have seen some gains down there, and you're like, "This is pretty nice."
It presents much more proudly. It has a nice bed from which to emerge now.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it going. I mean, if I can get back down to like 250, even though that's still a fat kid weight, at least it's a more respectable fat kid weight.
Yeah.
I think because I was always a fat kid. Like in high school, I weighed 260, but I looked way worse. And then I've dieted before, so when I was like in high school, I was able to get back down to like 200, and I looked pretty okay. So
yeah, 6 foot,
I've
200.
lost,
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah, and I lost like losing 60 pounds.
Stop saying it's the perfect weight for a 6 foot tall man.
Some people
Don't
are
be
saying it's
Taylor.
absolutely ideal.
Absolutely ideal. Yeah, losing
like that
60
bitch
pounds felt
doctor.
good.
But,
Fucking know it all,
I'm close
doesn't
to
know
190.
shit.
I'm close to 190. I'm in the ones.
I am probably gonna get on because there's something other than Ozempic that my sister's taking. Because apparently Ozempic's like the old shit now.
Oh,
you gotta
really?
get the-
Already?
Yeah, already. There's like some new thing that the cool
The new
kids are
hotness that'll make you
injecting
really
into
skinny.
themselves.
That sucks.
The problem
Ozempic
is that
made you
those are
sick.
all just appetite suppressants, right? Or they're going to make you like poop yourself, give you those weird gastrointestinal things where you're like farting all the time, or you're having greasy shits, or I don't know.
It's the appetite. Well, it's like, but that's the thing is like for me is, look, man, I'm a fat guy, like full through and through. Like if I eat food, I'm just like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me, and my brain doesn't want me to stop. It's like,
Yeah.
there's more pizza.
Do you
I'm like,
lift
there
weights, though?
is more pizza.
Yeah,
I do
may
a
as well
little
eat
bit
it.
of, I do a
like,
little bit of lifting.
But if you like to do a lot of lifting and you took that strength of having a bottomless stomach, really feeling good about being overstuffed, and made that chicken
Translate
and
that
rice.
to lifting all the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, of eating chicken and rice and lifting all the time, you just
but
get
even
gigantic.
chicken and rice is like I'll eat like a shit ton of chicken and rice and it'll defeat the
You
purpose.
eat all you want.
No, the rice is bad.
I do
the
wonder
chicken,
about that
maybe.
because I've done this. Like I'll have fruit, like pineapples and blueberries and shit.
Yeah.
I know it's not 0 calorie, but I also just can't prove it. I just know though that no one gets fat on
Eating pineapple.
pineapples and blueberries. Like if you look at go to the movie theater, pick out all the fat people, and be like, "Are pineapples your weakness?"
How many pineapples did you eat this week?
Yeah, that's not it. That's not what
Pineapple soda.
Now you'll cut to me in the movie theater and I'm pulling pineapples out of my jacket and just like
Smuggle them in.
I watched a
And a knife.
YouTube video once, and it was about, they were like adding it was, big muscle man. It was probably one of those things where it's like, this is what professional bodybuilder gigantic eats in a day. And at one point he's adding spinach to his meal, and he's like, if you're counting your spinach calories, don't count your spinach calories. I'm not allowed to curse on here. I'm sorry. Like he was about to call you a faggot or something if you're counting calories. And it hit me. It's like, yeah, Kyle, have as much spinach every day as you want. Pretend you're Popeye if you
as
need
much as
to.
you please. Spinach.
Fill up on. And so I stopped measuring that day, and I was just triple fistful of spinach in every meal. It cooks down to nothing, but it gives you like some substance.
Measuring spinach is psychotic.
My favorite thing to hate is spring mix. You guys familiar with spring mix?
Yeah.
Big time, yeah.
Oh my god, I have seen so many like fitness influencers be like, this is 50 calories of almonds. This is 50 calories of chicken. And this is 50 calories of spring mix, which is like a 55-gallon drum of spring mix.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck you. It's not even food. I could eat that drum of spring mix and I still wouldn't be full.
Right.
It's not
Net
even
calories.
for human consumption. Humans don't survive off rabbit food.
No, you couldn't. If someone gave you a wheelbarrow full of spring mix and was like, "Here's your food for the next week," you have a wheelbarrow of food. Like they'd show back up and you'd be dead on the floor.
They did it. So a cat is a carnivorous animal, and if you give a cat a rabbit diet, it gets diabetes and dies. Right. Guys, this is science. Spring mix gives you diabetes.
We're omnivores.
That's true.
Stay away from that shit.
Yeah, we could. I bet we could live on spring mix. It just wouldn't be a happy life or anything.
So what is it, Vito, that puts a few pounds on you? Like, what have you had to cut out entirely?
That's a good question.
Well, I've cut out I was drinking those horrible Mountain Dew energy drinks, which I've been addicted to for the past several years.
Jumpstart, Kickstart, whatever. Is that
what is it called? Amp. Mountain Dew Amp.
Oh, Amp.
Which is still the most delicious energy drink I've ever found. But I now have the Prime 10-calorie energy drink.
Do you pay for them or does he give them to you?
Oh, Logan Paul. Yeah, me and him have a real good thing going. No, I have to buy these, unfortunately.
I bet he'd give them to you. Logan, hook a man up.
Yeah, come on, Logan. See us? We also don't know Logan.
Kyle does.
I
don't know.
Vito,
I'll be the fucking face of Prime, man. If I lose a bunch of weight on Prime, it's gonna be like,
this
you gotta
is a
get
Jared moment here. See, you could have the next Subway Jared.
Because I would do that for like a small amount of money just to enjoy the motivation of it. Like if somebody's like, "Hey, do you want to pimp our energy drink? We want you to like get super ripped in the next 6 months." Like, oh yeah, how much? $3,000? Yeah, sure, that'll cover supplements. Let's go. Like just for the fun of it. Like it'd be fun to get gigantic.
I want Derek to ship me more of those Gorilla Mind energy drinks that he was sending us all like 8 months ago. I had a pallet of those because Kyle didn't update his address, and so they just sent me like twice as many energy drinks. Oh, hundreds of them I had.
I don't even know what they taste like.
Oh, they're fantastic. So many wonderful flavors. Good. Every time I'm like, ooh, 2 12-packs. One for Kyle, because he didn't know, and one for me.
I don't know where I go to update my address.
I'm flush with them in the WhatsApp chat we have with them. But yeah, check out the Gorilla Mind energy drinks. Those are good. You're like you can't just drink like 0-calorie Red Bull or the white monsters. The Monster Zero.
I never liked the taste of those. I really like this like lemon lime flavor, so that's good. And that was a big thing for me is like I'm lucky now because I love like juice and shit. You know, I would always have like lemonade in the fridge and whatever else. But now they got all these good like low calorie alternatives finally that like for the longest time they tasted like battery acid. And you're like, oh my god, this is the worst.
Drink alcohol?
No, I'm not a big drinker. Like I'll drink socially, but
that's the biggest one. Liquid calories is the biggest thing.
I think that's why I've started losing a lot of the weight. Is that like, you know, I'm just a lot stricter. I mean, I was always like doing Diet Cola and whatever and trying to drink a lot of water, but now I'm just like way stricter about it, where it's like no juice, no like, you know, sodas or whatever else, no energy drinks that have a bunch of calories in them.
I don't know how people who drink regular soda aren't all fat as shit. Because if anyone drank regular soda the way I drink diet soda, you'd have like a diabetic attack.
It's like an extra 1,000 calories a day drinking that soda. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's part of how Boogie got so fat, is just guzzling Mountain Dews, which is like what, 50 grams
220 calories 220 calories for 12 ounces.
Yeah, and if he's having 10 of those a day,
not even 16.
Yeah, like ounces. A 12-ounce little regular.
How do you get back to okay? But he got fucking gastric bypass.
They make the tall boys that are 16, but the standard's 12.
Dude, if you get a gastric bypass surgery, but you're someone who gained your weight with sweet tea or soda, it's not going to take.
But he didn't figure that out. He didn't go like, okay, and now that I lost the weight, I'm gonna
see. I don't. But think that seems like the most problem. It's a discipline problem, right?
Yeah, but man, after you get gastric bypass, it's like, bro, all you have to do is not drink soda, like pretty much.
Yeah,
because your stomach doesn't have room for food, but it's got room for, you know, plenty of liquids and shit.
Yeah, I don't think that you can lose weight without a purpose. Like I don't think you can just be like, you know, I'd like to be a skinnier person. Let's just completely upend the way we live life and live that way for the next 60 to 70 years continuously. No. You have to have a purpose. You have to have a reason. It has to be a mindset, a life-changing kind of thing. And you have to have a system of people around you who are down for that. You can't have some cunt wife over there, 30 pounds overweight with Malamars, you know, buying them 12 at a time. They're individually wrapped for a reason. Get out of my house. Like you have to have a lot of things going on to make those changes permanent. Because
if you got a fat wife, you're fucked. I agree. I remember I was dating this girl, and let's be real, she was a big girl, and she like screwed up all my habits because I was doing pretty good. And then we'd like go like get, you know, some fast food or something. We'd get these like giant Cokes or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I drink Diet Coke. She's like, well, I don't drink Diet Coke. I just got the regular Coke. It's the same thing. And then I like started drinking Coke again and fucking eating all this wrong
shit. She got you back on Coke. So now you're choked up.
Because that excuses it, right? You're like, if she thinks that's okay for her to do, then she wouldn't be disgusted by me if I did. I can still get.
Well, you're already in their relationship. Yeah, you're like, well, whatever. I already landed the girl. What else am I here for?
You tell me I got pussy and Coca-Cola.
I got pussy and Coca-Cola. All right.
I love you.
We're having a sit-down meal at Burger King right now, so I think I'm fine with the regular Coke.
Yeah.
What did what put a few pounds on her? What else did she entice you with, other than Coke, full sugar?
I mean, she introduced me to things that she was like, you got to try this place. They got chili cheese pastrami fries. I'm like, oh, I'll just try those once. I'm sure this is a once a lifetime treat.
They punch her card when she comes in.
Yeah, they're like, here you go, ma'am. Here you go.
They pull a string and a bunch of balloons fall from the ceiling. The owner walks his daughter out in her like college graduation outfit in tears, thanking her for how much she meant to the family.
Honestly, it's probably been good that I haven't had a girlfriend, because like I don't like to go to restaurants by myself, so I just don't go to restaurants, and I, try to cook at home or whatever.
Dude,
but whenever I have like a girlfriend, I'm like, oh, let's go out to this place, let's try this, whatever else, and yeah.
Going out to eat all the time, it's easy to pack on some weight, because you just do that old thing where it's like, oh my god, even the asparagus here is fantastic, and it's like Parmesan everywhere, an enormous amount of butter, a whole stick of butter.
Swimming in butter.
It is really hard to eat well on the road.
For sure.
And it might be possible, but it takes a special kind of discipline. You're on the road. Like there's Wendy's and McDonald's and Chick-fil-A's passing you constantly. And they'll be like, well, if you go to the grocery store, they actually have a healthier thing. You can go to the deli and they'll make the sandwich up for you, whatever. It's like, hey, fuck you, I'm on the road. Wendy's will make it for me too.
I go to Wendy's and I get 2 grilled chicken sandwiches, and I eat the meat with my bare hands. It burns my fingers when I do it.
I hate that.
I get 2 plain grilled chicken sandwiches, and I like open them and like shake everything out so it just falls loosely in the bag, and with my hands I grab the chicken.
You're a better man than I will be like,
I wouldn't
driving calories don't count.
I do the same thing. I will mow through a $2 only big bag of pork rinds driving anywhere. I love those.
Yeah, people don't know the special rules around calories. Like during UFC fights, while driving, they don't even do anything.
Calories. Yeah, if you haven't eaten much all day, you can actually order a whole pizza at night and eat the whole thing, and it kind of just comes out in the wash.
I co-sign that. If you haven't eaten all day and your one meal is going to be like a whole pizza, let's say you're eating 2,200 calories of pizza, I have no problem with that at all.